Welcome to Season 3 of Heart of the Gulch. In today's episode, we sit down with Andy Atkins, co-owner and operator of Nashville's fastest growing food truck, Bad Luck Burger Club. In today's Walk the Line episode, we accompany Bad Luck Burger Club as they go to Daddy's Dog's Puppy Dog Play Day in Richland Park. Let's check out the episode. We are in the heart of the Gulch. My name is Tony Mendoza, your host, and today, boy, I am excited. Now, let me tell you why I'm excited, though, is because this is literally my favorite thing to eat, all right? I go everywhere. I am a burger fanatic. You know what I mean? I got to start like that right there. And not only that, today we have a co-owner, an owner, but also there's another part of the ownership as well. The one and only Andy Atkins, the co-owner of Bad Luck Burger Club in the damn building. What's going on, Andy?
Yeah, dude. Not much, man. Just living life, being stoked about it, and selling cheeseburgers every damn day of my life, it seems like.
Well, you know what? So we got to let the fans know and everyone know. So originally from Paris, Tennessee.
Yeah.
I'm from Texas, so I say Texas a lot instead of Tennessee. But
oh, yeah.
Paris, Tennessee, bro. What's that? About an hour and a half away from Nashville?
Yeah, dude. Did your research, man. Yeah, Paris, hour and a half northwest of Nashville, like right on the Kentucky border for the most part.
Yeesh.
There's nothing there. You might have like 10 to 15,000 in population. I even, for a good part of that time, lived in a town outside of Paris called Henry, which had a population of 450. So, we're talking small town stuff, dude.
Oh, man, but, one thing, so I did my research, as you already know, so I kind of know your story, and I can't wait for them to know the story, too. But from Paris, where did your love originally of rock and roll, hard rock and roll, started from? Where did that love come from?
Man, I owe a lot of that to my sister. My sister Jenny is 6 years older than me. So, she was getting into Nirvana, Jane's Addiction, Pavement, and then it got into heavy stuff and was listening to Metallica, Megadeth, and Pantera, and then she went through a hippie phase where she was really into Grateful Dead. And so I got to experience a whole lot in the world of music through her, just digging through her tapes and CDs and stuff.
The tapes, bro.
Yeah, dude.
The tapes.
She had a massive tape collection.
They don't know about that.
They
don't know about the tapes,
dude. Yeah, dude. That shows how old I am. I'm 41.
No way.
Yeah, dude.
Dude, you look freaking incredible, dog.
I look prime, dude. I've been having a lot of people tell me I look 28 and 30 years old, and I'm like,
you look 28.
I don't know about that, but that's it.
Sure, dude. Talk to me about leaving Paris. What was that journey like when you left the hometown? Is that when you started getting it? What was the band originally called where you guys actually toured?
I played in a few different bands around town and in Paris, and none of them really amounted to anything serious. And then me and a few dudes started a band. It's such a generic shitty metal band name, but we were called With Blood Comes Beauty. Around that early 2000s, all the names were that kind of stuff. So we toured. We did one almost full US, and we did a bunch of regional stuff. No label, no nothing, just really independent. And that's how I started coming to Nashville so much, because we would come play Nashville all the time and started making friends here.
Which venues in Nashville?
Man, at the time, the End, which is still a venue. Then the Muse, which isn't a venue anymore. A bunch of places that don't exist anymore, like IndieNet and Next Generation. We used to play the venue called Rocket Town. I think it's still around. But yeah, we played around here a lot, and then that band ended up not going anywhere. So somewhere around 2001-ish, 2001, that band broke up, and I moved to Nashville proper. I was just staying on everybody's couches here. I pretty much like, I graduated high school in 2000 in Paris, and like so after 2000, like somewhere between like 2000 2003, I was just like kind of homeless, like sleeping on people's couches and, you know, just hanging out, being a dude, you know.
Being a musician. I guess is the best way to put it. Being a musician. So
I ended up here and then like gave up on all that music stuff for a while. And just, this was right, like the .com boom was kind of happening and e-commerce was just coming about. And so I got a job with a place called Zambui.com, which was like an e-commerce store for bands and labels. Okay. And we sold a whole bunch of like, we ran all the online stores for like a bunch of different record labels and bands. And this was like, before that was really like a thing. It was like one of the first. And so in that company, they also had like a content department. This is like very early days of YouTube, like kind of before YouTube even existed. And we would go out to the shows that came, like tours would come through town. We would go to the shows. We would film them. We would like, I would be like a character on camera, like interviewing bands and stuff. And then people would like go online. They would find that content. They would like watch their favorite band's music stuff, you know, live show, and then buy a t-shirt from us. And so I did that for a while until the band that I got most successful with hit me up. They were called A Plea for Purging. They had already had an EP and already had a singer. Honestly, if you've ever heard of the country artist Russell Dickerson, which is like a pretty decent sized country artist at this point, he was the singer of our band before I was. There was a singer, he left, Russell joined the band for like 6 months, and then he left, and then I joined the band. And then when I joined the band, like we just started touring full time again. And that was like a pretty short period in my life, but it defined so much in my life. Like it was like a 7-year run, but I've been to like 19 countries and released 4 full-length records on a record label, and been to every city and every state, you know, in the continental United States more times than you'd ever want to go.
Yeah, but I mean, that adds character. And not only that, not to cut off the story at all, but, you know, this goes back to why you guys are being successful today. So the reason why we're having this conversation of not only your upbringing and not only your success with that band, it's also you got to see what it's like to do the nitty gritty. And we talked about it on our way coming in here, right? Like you guys said it yourself. I think you said it yourself in another podcast, was like, everyone sees the 15 minutes of you walking while people are coming up to the truck, right? And you guys are jamming out, you know, your burgers and everything, the smash patties, right? And but you got that work ethic from exactly what you're talking about, this band, where you had to drive to all these cities, where you had to do the offload, the onload, and all these things. And just getting to play the music was just a, you know, that was the hour that it was all worth it. Am I kind of correct on how I'm going with it?
For sure. Yeah. I mean, they're like Cody, my partner, he's from a band too. He like toured and did that. We have a very similar background and story. And so like we talk a lot about how like being in an independent, like, you know, DIY band, smaller band that does a lot of the business and the grunt work, you do all of it, not just the rocking. That like really solidified like the type of people we are, the type of work ethic we have. And it really like opened our eyes to know how to run the business that we run now, because you know, that's all a band is just a small business. You're hanging out with your buddies and you're creating art, but like you are learning how to run a business off of very like low margins. Mm-hmm. And how do you get, you know, you're driving 500 miles a day or something.
Exactly. A lot of hours putting in for a little.
Yeah.
For not as much money that you would think, especially when you're just starting out like that.
For sure.
Well, so you kind of moved it on, and that's what I'm kind of interested on too, in meeting your partner. So Cody, what was that? When did you guys meet originally?
Man, really early on, actually. Like his band, when I was living in Nashville, actually before I got in A Plea for Purging, I lived with a roommate who was a touring front of house sound engineer and tour manager. Okay. His name is Brent Oakley. Shout out Brent.
Hey, shout out to Brent.
Yeah, dude. I don't know where he's at now, but Brent was the front of house sound engineer for Cody's bands for like a couple tours or something. So one time when they came through town, they all slept at our apartment one night. So I met Cody then, and then like that whole world, we were completely different styles of music. They were like more of like a pop rock type band, you know, rock and roll. We were like a really heavy metal band. But in that world where like all these underground bands that aren't like radio big, you kind of all just like, even though you're stylistically different, you kind of just run into each other at different festivals. And, you know, you get some weird show and, you know, New Mexico where like your two tours just really need a place to play and you end up playing with each other, you know, and it doesn't make sense stylistically, but it just made sense in the tour routing.
And whoever wants to hear it will hear it. You know what I mean?
So like we just know each other that way, like just being like around each other at festivals and shows and stuff throughout the years. We would both agree that neither one of us have been close to each other in any sense of the, you know, the word until now. Like we kind of just knew each other, and then Cody's not from here and he moved here like 7 or 8 years ago.
It's from Arkansas, right?
From Arkansas, yeah. Mm-hmm. And so once he moved here, like that kind of solidifies friendship a little more. You start seeing each other out and about, and like we call them, I got an A friend group and he's got a friend group, and then his friend group is my B friend group, and you know, like
that's so true though.
You know, so you're not the people you hang out with all the time, but you see them sometimes.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Or all your friends are busy, so you call them and you're like, "Yo, what are you guys doing?"
Summer friends. So the way I'm putting it, and I don't know if you guys put it out there on there. What's up, everybody? I keep forgetting that you guys are there. Anyway, it's a good conversation. It's like summer friends versus winter friends. So there's certain summer friends that I hit up every year, especially in Nashville when it gets hot. Right? You want to go to the pool, right? So I hit up the folks that have the badass pools. And it's like, you know, I haven't seen you in a year, bro, but you guys got the pool. So we got to hang. And then, you know, they'll hit me up during the winter time when there's football season. And I'm like, yo, I got the tailgate. Come through to the tailgate. So I see what you're saying. And before we get off the idea of touring, I'm going to say something now. The people that are watching this, there's a lot of people that are watching this from San Antonio, Texas. Shout out to my hometown.
What's up, White Rabbit? San Antonio,
that's what I was going to say. I was going to say White Rabbit.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Let the people know what White Rabbit is if they never heard of it.
Dude, White Rabbit, dude, is 2 stages, a bigger room, a smaller room. Heck, I think they even had some shows out back sometimes outside.
Yeah.
Dude, just, you know, like, I don't want to say it's a shithole, but kind of a shithole, like, you know, like punk rock biker bar type venue.
Right.
Dude, what's the Mojo was the name of the door guy that worked the back doors. An old biker dude, had a long white beard and long like gray ponytail, dude.
Bro, I love it when I meet someone who's worked in a band, and that, especially in the field of band, you know, in the style of music that you guys work in, or worked in. It's because everyone knows who White Rabbit is.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people know. When I say San Antonio and I say a venue, anyone that's in that same kind of space and genre, they know what White Rabbit is.
For sure.
And that was actually where I was going. You beat me to it.
Heck yeah, dude. It crushed, man. We had a great time there. I've probably been there 15 times, I bet.
It's the only one that's going to like really book that there.
For sure.
Now, okay, so you got to meet Cody, and you guys finally got to have that friendship, and you guys are starting to see each other more and around in Nashville, right? So then COVID, right?
Yeah.
COVID came, and not only messed up everywhere, but in Nashville specifically, we've talked about this with every entrepreneur that comes into the show, how COVID affected things or created a business.
Yeah.
But I mean, how did it affect you that year of 2020?
2020 hit, COVID hit, I left my job, and then I spent like a year just kind of like, I'm just a dude that you just like ask me, hey, can you do this? And if I think I can figure it out, I'll just say yes. So like, I just spend a lot of time, like I ride and work on my own personal motorcycles. So for a while, like I was doing like work out of my garage, like working on people's motorcycles.
Passion project.
Yeah.
That's dope.
And I I had to build a new deck on the back of my house because it was rotted out. So I built like a pretty big, like massive deck. Is the first time I'd ever built anything like that big, like out of wood, pretty much by myself. And it looked great. And then like I now just spew everything I do in the world on the internet. So as soon as I did that, I was like, hey, I build decks now. And so like for a year, me and my buddy Colby built stuff all over town, people's houses, like we built decks on and porches and fences, and they're like Dino's, the bar, like me and Colby built the big overhang patio in the back of that place. The restaurant Locust, we built the patio and the overhang there. Like a lot of really cool stuff we got to do just by saying yes.
Well, not only that, but also, not to also cut into the story again, but the thing is, you going to places like Locust, you going to places like Dino's, right? Not only are you doing a job for them, but you're also getting to know these people in these positions, these owners, right? And those owners that own, kind of, because you said it yourself before, you're not necessarily a restaurateur, you're not a head alone chef or anything like that. I mean, tell me the story about how everyone would go over to your barbecues just to get a taste of a burger.
Yeah. So dude, during all that time of me trying to figure out like jobs and work and stuff, like you're just like also picking up new hobbies. It seems like everybody started some new hobby during COVID. So, my buddies, Blake and Lyle, the two dudes, they were in my band. I went over to Blake's house one night and they're making smash burgers, and I was like, these are cool, but I can do this better, I'm pretty sure. So I started like making burgers at home, and then I was like, I got to get a flat top. Like I can't do this. Like I was doing like a cast iron skillet on a grill.
That would take forever.
Yeah. And then I got like a little pancake griddle, and that was like whatever.
Just buy the damn flat thing.
Yeah.
Bro.
So I got like a 3-foot fucking griddle at home and started making burgers. At the same time, Cody had got a flat top and started messing around with burgers at home too, like completely like separate from each other. And we just start, we both follow each other, so we start like talking about like, what are you doing and how are you doing and what's your flavors and what kind of burgers you're building, and like, so we just started hanging out quite a bit and like having dinner. And the first dinner we actually like had a steak dinner and like hung out and like made steaks, and we started talking about cheeseburgers. So then we started hanging out, making cheeseburgers all the time. And that's when it got really serious. Like I'm making burgers all the time. Cody's making burgers all the time. And then all of our friends like are like, yo, those burgers are sick. Like make burgers. And like, so like, there was like a party of like 8 or 10 of us dudes one night, and I make burgers for everybody. And then like, all of Rachel's co-workers want me to make burgers for them. And it just started being like where
started growing.
People kept asking, and like somebody paid me like a few $100s to take my griddle to their backyard and do a party behind their house. And we played around with a ton of different burger recipes and what we think is the best burger, and came back down to like the most simplistic version of all the burgers we ever made, and was like, this is the one. And we're like, dude, I'd already like started working on some branding of my own and was going to go try to do a couple pop-ups by myself actually. Mm-hmm. And Cody's like, dude, like, let me be a part of this. It sounds really fun. Like I've always wanted to do it. And so we started working on some new branding so it wouldn't be about me, because it was like my face and had my name on the branding and everything. Like it was like all about me. And I was like, oh, let's do this. If we're going to do this together, let's do this like not about me, you know.
And this is one thing that caught my attention to you, is the branding, especially what's on the truck right now. So on the food truck, the branding, talk to me about developing that brand.
We came up with the craziest list of names. Mm-hmm. Probably had like 30 names, and we're like going back and forth between our friends and our wives and trying to figure out what the thing is. And Bad Luck Burger Club like really stuck out as one of the the best things we had. It kind of came from back years ago. Me and some friends had like a fake little motorcycle club called Bad Luck Moto Club.
Really?
Just because like all of our motorcycles always broke down. We're always working on them all the time. So it was just like, we didn't have like patches or anything like that, but like we just always said it.
Sometimes it's good that you don't have those patches.
Yeah. So that got thrown in the mix, and we were like, dude, that sounds sick. And like, you know, in the beginning, it didn't like really have too much of a meaning to us, but then like it meant, now we see that like we were taking the bad luck of the pandemic and like me not having a job anymore and everybody just trying to like, you know, rally and figure out what life is going to be. Like we took the bad luck of the pandemic and made something great out of it, you know? So that's where we took the name at this point, you know? And then we're like, you know, bad luck imagery, like black cats, death, you know? So we made like a black cat with X's on its eyes. And our buddy Austin Cox, who's not really in graphic design anymore, but he did our original branding. So the original typeface, the original cat head. And so once we like, that was like how we got started, was we had that and we got like a tent and we got a table with like our logo on it. And we just like popped out of the gate with like some pretty good branding on a tent and stuff.
That can make the biggest difference though, bro.
For sure. Like one of the biggest things I have to say to anybody, whether it's food or music or anything where you're trying to gain any traction, is like you have to have branding that like fits whatever the market is you're going towards, you know? Like you need to like know who you're trying to reach. Like somebody wants to connect to your image and your brand and you know, the vibe you're putting out there into the world. And that's not just the logo, but like, you know,
even the name. And not only that, I love that story about the name because it's literally half the name, right? It's bad luck, obviously, because you guys developed it during the year of COVID or just the friendship and everything. Burger Club, obviously you guys had a group of people always coming by to ask for these burgers. Now here's the question. So this is, there's a little deeper of a question, but so scarcity is one thing that everyone looks for, right? So scarcity and whatever, right? If they can get into somewhere, let's use the example Soho House. Sure. Soho House, not everyone can get into the Soho House. And you got to have friends that know you that will get you into the Soho House. You guys have the term club on the logo, on the branding and everything like that. I think that adds to that kind of that vibe that, yo, I want to go to this club. I want to be a part of this club. Sure. So was that the mind going into creating, you know, Bad Luck Burger Club?
It was not so much on the idea of having a club and keeping anyone like excluded. More so like this is an all-inclusive. We want everybody who comes and gets a cheeseburger from us, or heck, even like a vegan that doesn't eat, you know, cheeseburgers. Like we want everybody to feel like really included and inclusive in what we're doing. We really try to drive the idea that it's more than just a cheeseburger. Like when we got started and we weren't in the truck yet and we weren't full time and we were just doing this like, you know, 1, 2, 3 days a week, whatever, you know, it was like in the very beginning, it was like a few days a month or something. And so it was very scarce. And like we only brought like 80 to 100 burgers at a time in the very beginning. And we would sell out 100 burgers in like an hour or two. And so it was definitely, there was this huge scarcity. Like, you know, people had to like show up and get in line early. Like if we promoted we were going to be somewhere at noon, people were standing in line at 11 because they knew they weren't going to get a cheeseburger if they showed up at 2. If we got this like reputation of being so hot and so popular that people are showing up early to get in line to get our burgers, and they're standing in line for like an hour or two and then don't get a cheeseburger, and they'll still come back the next week and do the same exact thing for the hope of getting that cheeseburger, then like people are going to take notice and be like, oh man, like this must be a pretty good cheeseburger. Scarcity, people are going to wait.
Bro. Scarcity, dude.
And so our thing is like, man, if you come and stand in line, like hopefully you're making friends with the people that are in front of you and behind you. And like, they're like, we got a text like a year into what we were doing that like a guy and a girl met at one of our very first things. And then they've been living together and they're like engaged, and like, that stuff, that's the shit that we want to see happen, dude. I mean, I want to pay my bills, but like, I want to see community grow around this thing.
And speaking of community, that's a perfect. So I want to get into the truck and everything like that. That's something I do want to get into. But community, you guys are freaking everywhere. Let's talk about it, because I think about all these events. So we had Jackalope on our last season, and Jackalope is one of those people that they started Daddy's Dogs, which is crazy to think, right? So they were the original spot where Daddy's Dogs actually went through. So talk about all these different places that you guys are in, that you guys are hitting up, because not only do you guys do a lot of great events, but now that you have a truck, you're able to go everywhere. So what are some of your favorite events you've ever done in Nashville?
Man, I don't know. As far as events go, like we did a
or
thing
locations,
called, Punk Rock Flea Market, which is a sick event. We did love that. Daddy's from Sean throws a thing called Daddy's Puppy Play Date, but that one's fun. But like some of our favorite like locations, like Elegy Coffee in East Nashville. We used to pop up at Honey Tree Meadery all the time. It's like a really great place. Jackalope, we got a great like community of people that have really gotten behind us and support us. I'm not sure what I really believe on like luck and like, the better your luck is really just the harder you work kind of thing,
It's the energy you put out, bro.
Yeah.
It's the energy you put out. It's not luck. It's not even hard work sometimes. It's about if we can tell that you're a genuine person and we know that what you're doing isn't here to hurt people. I think most people are genuine as well, and they're able to feel that vibe. And that's the exact same vibe why we invite you here on the show, bro, is because when I see you and your partner out there kicking ass and taking names and going everywhere in the city, bro, it's a vibe, man. You guys have such a good energy around y'all.
Yeah, dude.
And for the people that are starting their journey today, right, starting their little thing, whether it's donuts, burgers, you name it, right? How are they able to get those sponsorships? How are they able to get those spots? Because I'm sure now that you understand that the whole business side of it, it's not easy to get into these locations like Jackalope Brewery or the Puppy Play Date, So talk to me about how getting these sponsors to get in those locations was like.
The way it happened for us is our very first thing we ever did was a free friends and family thing where we invited like all of our friends, like every friend. We invited 80 people to Cody's front yard to eat free cheeseburgers. It was all out of our pocket. You didn't have to pay anything. All we wanted was for you to come taste the cheeseburger, send us a message, and tell us like real critique on like, like somebody said it was too salty. So we like dial back on the salt, like stuff like that. Real critique of good and bad, and take a picture and post it on your fucking Instagram. And so in one day, we went from like 4 followers, like me, Cody, and our wives, to like 80 people eating our cheeseburgers, posting about us. And like, we're lucky that like, all of my friends are cooler and better looking than me. Like I have nothing but like...
Give me the applause for that.
Dude, yeah, like all of my friends are like pretty tattooed people. Like, and like, that's funny, but pretty tattooed people are the coolest people on the planet.
They get all the girls,
right?
They get all the sponsorships, they get all the pictures.
Yeah, dude, I mean, whether
Shout out
like,
to y'all.
whether you're like a tattooed freak or not, like those are the people that are deciding what's cool in the world.
Sexy, yeah, they're sexy.
And so we were, you can call that luck, or you can say that we were smart in the fact that like we just had so many people like post pictures of all these cool people
with tattoos,
post pictures of our stuff, and then like that weekend we had 500 plus Instagram followers.
That's amazing,
right? Before our first public thing ever. After that very first like public service, most every relationship that we have right now where we are set up somewhere like weekly, monthly, whatever, came from people contacting us and saying, hey, I want you to come to our place. And I think like we just really did a really good job up front of like really thinking about our branding, thinking about our product, putting out professional looking pictures and logos, and then having the grassroots marketing that we did, that we were really lucky, or like at least, put the work in to get those people to start contacting us. So like now that, so when I have conversations with newer folks that are trying to do the same thing, maybe they don't have 100 sexy looking tattooed friends that put stuff on the internet for them, but like having a friend group that's going to support you and talk about you and get your word of mouth out is very important. So lean on your friends and your community.
So putting yourself out there is what you're saying. You have to put in the legwork, and similar to how we get guests on our show. I mean, you guys think that I just know everyone? No, I don't know. Like I said, we meet each other at the first time, and it's just an email.
Sure.
And and so I see what you're saying. It's that there's other food trucks, because Nashville is home of a lot of food trucks.
Yeah.
Right. A lot. But as you're saying, it's the dirty work of sending out those emails, reaching out to these people, these different markets, because every business has a different market. And if you want your brand to be shown in this market, you got to put in the work and you got to show up. Am I right or am I wrong on that?
For sure. That's it, man. And, like fear of rejection or whatever, maybe I get that, like not everybody's like a born salesman, because you got to sell yourself and your product or whatever. Maybe we hit up somebody and they say, no, we already got our food program figured out. But that's like a new person that like I've had a conversation with, that maybe we can work together down the road in some other, whether it be personal or business like capacity.
And talk about a little bit about, so I want to know from the partnership, right? Because it's you and Cody.
Yeah.
Are running the show, right? So talk to me about y'all's personalities and how y'all are different, because Cody's not here today. Shout out to you, Cody, because we love you, bro. And so talk to me about y'all's different personalities and how the business works, because when you're in a partnership, we had Donut Distillery on, and Donut Distillery started off as a food truck, and the challenges of a wife and a husband trying to run a food truck, there was a lot of clashing there.
Sure.
So how do you two, how are you guys able to not only clash but also create?
Man, that's a good question, dude. I think I couldn't ask for a better or different partner than Cody. I hope that he has the same to say about me. We're both similar in a lot of ways, that we like a lot of the same music and grew up in the punk and music world and all that. And like, so that kind of, you already have this baseline foundation of friendship when you come out of that world somehow. And so that helps. And then we start, once you start being together more and more daily, like this started as us just being acquaintances really. And now we're like really, really close friends. But that, with any relationship you grow, whether it be romantic or friendship or business or whatever, you're learning how to, come together and compromise and learn how to push each other's buttons, but you also learn how to like not do that. And
what's going to tick someone off and what's not.
Yeah, for sure. So, we've learned a lot about each other. Like, I'm a pretty abrasive personality. Like, I'm fun and goofy and jolly, but also I'm like really sarcastic and can say some like
things that you don't think about
and stuff. And I understand at times that I'm being a little too much and I have to dial down, or if we're like in the middle of a really stressful service or week or whatever, like I learn when to like dial back my intensity, to like make our relationship better. Or like, Cody's really, really driven on like, the logistical money, finance side of things. Like he's got I don't want to say he's got like a stronger business sense, but those are the things he acclimates to more in our day-to-day operations, is doing those, administrative type things. And I am quite a bit more focused on marketing, branding, vibe, and just like, I'm kind of like the fix it guy when it comes to like all the stuff that's got to be worked on the truck and stuff. So we just like balance each other out in all the right ways, I think, you know.
Well, speaking about talking and everything, we have a section on the show called Crowd Noise where we have people ask you questions and you got to answer to the best of your ability. You ready to do that?
Dude, let's go.
All right, let's go. We'll be right back.
I've got 2 questions for you, Andy. What's in the sauce? And what's your fucking problem?
Dude, you're my problem.
Wait, we got to let the people know. All right, I'm going to replay that one more time here just so people can hear that. So what was the question again?
I've got 2 questions for you, Andy. What's in the sauce? And what's your fucking problem?
All right, can you tell who that is just from hearing the voice?
For sure.
Who is that?
That's Sean Porter from Daddy's Dogs.
Hey.
He's my problem. He's my arch nemesis. I'm going to take him down. Hot dogs suck. Hamburgers rule. And I'll tell you what's in my sauce over my damn dead body, Sean. Yo!
Well, all right. So talk to me about that because that seems to be a running Instagram and just social media thing. What is your beef with, Daddy's Dogs?
Just hot hamburgers are better, dude. No, man. I mean, Sean has actually become such a close friend. Dude, in the very, very beginning, that's like something we hadn't talked about is not knowing him. Met him through a friend and was like, yo, dude, any chance you'd sit down and talk to me and my friend Cody about how to do this whole thing. And so one morning we went to breakfast and bought him food and talked for 2 hours about hot dogs and how he got going and his whole rise to stardom and success and
Wiener glory,
dude. And dude, he was just so helpful and kind, and from that conversation, just a really great friendships blossomed, man. I mean, me and Sean hang out, and me and my wife Rachel hang out with him and his girlfriend Chelsea, and just really, really fine, great people. But on the internet, I'm going to talk a lot of mad shit about him because it's fun, and I think every single post that you put on the internet can't be here's our $8 cheeseburger, here's our $8 cheeseburger, come buy this cheeseburger, Mm-hmm. People want to get content that's about you as a person. Just think about Sean. Sean's content at Daddy's Dogs is not all about selling cheeseburgers. I mean, they make bongs on their YouTube channel and show people how to make bongs.
Subscribe to their YouTube channel, by the way.
Yeah. So it's just people want to see more of you than just what you're selling. And so if we can bicker back and forth to each other on the internet and make funny jokes, and they put us in their content and I put them in my content, it's fun, dude. We love it. And we've grown a really cool little funny thing on
it's amazing. And I can tell you from a viewer standpoint, because I love watching Daddy's Dogs videos and their content guy, the guy with the glasses, he's amazing.
Yeah, Jason, dude.
Jason, bro. Jason's awesome, yo. And but honestly, I love their content. I love that they bring you in because you guys have such that same vibe. You can tell from over the screen. And like I said before, and I'm sorry, guys, I haven't talked to y'all this whole time, but Heart of the Gulch really took off because of Sean Porter. I mean, if he didn't open up the doors of sitting in the chair, the same chair that you're sitting in, I swear that Heart of the Gulch would not have had the same credibility in Nashville. So it's kind of cool that he helped you out. He helped me out a ton just from him sitting here. So, and I'm always indebted to the great Wiener man.
Yeah, dude.
But I think that's amazing because you guys have that cool rivalry because it is absolutely true. But since you said this, let's do a quick answers, all right? Real quick. So, best burgers. Are they messy or juicy?
Oh, geez, man. I'm going to say juicy because I got a big beard and I don't like getting too messy.
Okay. All right. Now tell me, which is a better burger, a thick or a skinny burger?
I'm a skinny burger guy.
Because
it doesn't have to be thick to be juicy.
Ooh, that's nice right there. All right, so best sides when it comes to a burger, is it French fries, tater tots, or onion rings?
Okay, personally, I like a really good French fry, but professionally, bad luck, we'll be getting into tater tots whenever we go the side. When we start doing sides and get a fryer, we've decided to be a tater tot company.
Tater tots are nice. Now, what's your favorite type of fry?
Dude, I'll tell you, I think like a fresh, like...
Because it doesn't look like you eat, bro. It doesn't.
Yeah,
it doesn't look like you eat at all.
I'm wasting away, dude. A fresh cut, like Five Guys, like they got a great French fry. Like, nah?
Not for me, but if that's your thing, that's your thing.
I like a fresh cut fry. I like any kind of fry that's got like Cajun seasoning on it. Also, like, I think that maybe McDonald's has the best French fry in the entire world, but a lot of people are not okay with that.
People always forget the wedges. People forget the wedge. The wedge on a French fry is amazing. Now, would you say that, so obviously it's going to be tater tots. You guys are going to have some tater tots later on, right?
Yeah.
Now, are you pro seasoning or just let the tater roll?
Yeah, it'd be seasoning. We've done some tots, like a couple times we've done like kitchen takeovers, So we have served tots in the past, and what we do is put the same seasoning that we put on our burger. Which is pretty good. The thing with a tot is you just gotta, like, if you undercook a tot, it's the worst thing ever. You gotta get like a little overcooked, like a really good golden brown tot, dude.
Yeah, just like how I like my grits, bro. I like my grits crispy.
Yeah,
now,
dude.
All right, now, worst experience ever eating a hamburger?
Oh, dude. When our band was a band and we toured around the nation, we played a game that all these different band dudes made up called Sandwich Punch. And if you didn't put something on top of your sandwich while you're sitting there at the restaurant, like a French fry or a napkin or a straw or a sugar packet, if you don't set something on your burger, then it is free game for any of your friends to walk up and punch it. And so for years, like almost a decade of my life, if I didn't have something covering my burger on the plate, anybody could come up and punch it. And so I've seen so many burgers explode all over me. And like when you're like rocking in an underground band like that, you don't have the most money. So like if somebody annihilates your burger, you're not going and buying another one. You're just sitting there like, all right, I guess I'm not eating tonight.
Damn. So okay, hey, that answers that question. Now,
yeah, dude.
Best award you guys have received ever as Bad Luck Burger Club.
Dude, we haven't gotten a ton so far. Last year we got second best food truck and by the Scene from the readers, and the editor voted us best cheeseburger. Shout out to D-Pat. So that is sick. I'm gonna say personal favorite. The East Nashville Yacht Club do a burger and food truck, and they did a burger poll last year, and we won the best burger in town over Dino's.
Hey, damn.
Yeah.
Hey, now that's another thing, man. East Nashville Yacht Club, for the people that are not living in Nashville, Tennessee, they are a social media brand, and not only that brand is so it's memes, it's everything that has to do with Nashville. And they have such a cult following. I follow them on the Heart of the Gulch too.
Yeah.
So we love East. East
Nashville Yacht Club.
Thank you, brother.
They got a podcast too. They we've been on there. They're great. They're fun dudes.
Dude, I love it, man, because they're sick with it. Now, okay. Now I got another question. Don't think I forgot about this other question. So let's play this other question from Crowd Noise.
Hey, Bad Luck Burger Club. Just wondering, have you ever had a failed burger experiment?
Oh man, I mean, yeah, we've tried a bunch of different burgers, like R&D, different things and stuff. Chicken.
That's true.
Oh man, I don't know. Like, people are really into the peanut butter burger thing. do want to try our hand at doing like a Thai burger, which would have like a Thai peanut butter sauce on it. That would like make people who want the peanut butter burger thing like a reality, but not be a peanut butter burger, you know? People ask us all the time, yo, can you make my cheeseburger grilled cheese style? And we're like, yo, it's the same exact ingredients. Like, it's the same thing. It's just the only difference is the bun is flipped upside down. And they're like, yeah, that's the way I want it. And, like, it sounds like such an easy thing to accommodate for people. But when you're cooking, like, when you're moving so quick, dude, like, the extra step of, because you have to double toast the bun. You got to toast it 2 times. Then you got to smash it you got to turn it upside down, smash it. Right. And like, it changes the whole process of how we,
because it's a system. It's a system because you cannot have a bunch of burgers out ready to go if you don't have a system.
Right. Anything that's like extra, that's not like got an exact purpose at every moment of the day, is just in the way and taking up space for how much room we have. So we don't really have any ability to really do any kind of secret thing right now.
But you're thinking about it.
But yeah, I mean, with that, like, we have pickled jalapenos now that we offer on, like, you can add it to any burger. That was kind of like a secret menu thing for a while. We had them in the truck and didn't tell anybody about them, and like just kind of started telling friends here and there. And then we're just like, oh, why have it a secret when we could be making 50 cents extra every burger if people want.
Cha-ching.
Yeah, you know.
What's the best seller on the truck?
For sure, it's like our Bad Luck Burger, like the burger. Like, we've noticed, you know, we'll run like that burger and then a special and a grilled cheese. That's like pretty much what we
make it sexy though. What's on a Bad Luck Burger? Make it sexy.
Bad Luck Burger is double smashed patties. So 2 patties that are 2 ounces each. It ends up being a 1/4 pound. 2 slices of American cheese. You can't fuck with any of the other cheeses. It's got to be American cheese.
Hey.
It's the most melty, perfect cheeseburger cheese. Grilled onions, pickles, dill pickles, and a special sauce that, you know, is ours that we made.
Daddy's always wants to know what's in the sauce.
I'll never tell him, dude. And yeah, it's good. I mean, that's the thing that like put us on the map. As far as specials that we do every once in a while, like, I feel like the thing that people lose their shit over more than any of the other ones are, we call it the Island Boy, which is grilled pineapple, bacon, and teriyaki sauce.
I'm an island boy.
Yes. Yeah, dude. And so, like at this point, you don't want to call it like a Hawaiian burger because you don't want to be like socially appropriating anybody or anything, you know, like, so, and the Island Boy thing was funny. So we called it that, but that's one that people like really love. And we have another one called
the bun
Yeehaw.
Doesn't have dreads, does it?
No, it should, dude.
All right, and the yeehaw. What's the yeehaw?
Yeehaw is like a pretty much our take on like a classic Western burger. So it's got bacon, a house made like barbecue mayo that Cody made. That's like really good. It's got a lot of good stuff in there. Just the right amount of spice, and then like crispy onions.
Okay, now, you said Western, so I'm going to ask you this question real quick, okay? Now, the question that I got to ask is, in the Bad Luck Burger Club, which one of these are not getting into the club? Okay, so think of a burger as the club. Okay, so the club being, so let's start with the type of bun that's on this burger. Okay, so what is the type of bun that should be on what bun is not allowed in the club?
Not allowed in the club.
Not allowed in the club on a burger.
Dude, anything that's not a potato roll, honestly. I mean, we're like a potato roll brand. That's all we're going to mess with. But so, no brioche.
No brioche.
Yeah, I mean, I'll eat a brioche burger.
But not on the truck.
But not on the truck, dude. We're not doing it.
Well, let's talk about the club on toppings, okay? So what is not in the club in toppings?
Never put fucking ketchup on my cheeseburger, dude. You come...
Never?
Yeah, you come to our truck and you ask us to put ketchup on a burger, We're out, dude. Get out of here.
What?
Yeah.
That's such a normal condiment.
You can't, dude. It ruins a cheeseburger, dude.
Oh, okay. So give me the condiments that are on the Burger Club.
Dude, it's a bad luck burger sauce, dude. The lucky sauce.
The lucky sauce.
Yeah, I can't tell you what's in it.
Hey, I'm sorry. I'm not even going to ask. I saw how you treated Sean, bro. How are you going to do that?
People come ask us for ketchup. I say, get the fuck out of here. I actually have to be really nice and be like, yo, we don't
have ketchup. Okay, so then we got to go down now. Okay, so any veggies? What veggies are not in the club?
For us specifically, we don't mess with any fresh vegetables. So we don't do lettuce, we don't do tomato, we don't do fresh onions.
You animal.
I know, dude. You
savage.
Well, like we operate in a truck that has very little room and stuff, and like the more fresh produce we try to carry, the more it's just gonna go bad quick. We're just trying to like give the best product we can for the space that we have.
Lastly, what's not in the club is any other cheese walking into the club.
No other cheeses, dude. Only American.
Damn.
People ask us for the other stuff. We're not doing it, dude.
Nah, bro. They're not in the club.
We did white American for a little while on a few of the specials. But we stopped doing that.
That's a special. That's the backdoor guess, right?
Yeah.
He doesn't come in all the time through the front door.
Right, for sure.
Damn. All right. Well, look, the way that we end the show, so one thing we have, we not only crowd noise, we also have walk the line. That is your day in the life. But I always end the show with these two questions.
All right. Okay.
And the first question always has to do with hate. How do you deal with the hate? What kind of hater messages have you gotten before? Have you ever had something like that? And how do you and Cody get away from not thinking about the hate?
At events, like, we can very quickly tell, like, if we're at a spot where, like, we're around our people or not our people, and we call them clubbers. Clubbers understand that they're coming to get the burger that we curated for you to eat. Like, we have specifically designed you to eat this thing. If you want to take some stuff off of it, cool. But, like, we're not doing this, like, a la carte burger thing where you come up and you go, hey, I want grilled onions and tomatoes and lettuce. You're not building your burger. We're building your burger. And so, like, clubbers understand that. And then you go to a spot where, like, people just aren't super unaware of us. Like, maybe some huge event where people are, like, don't know who we are. Or, like, it usually ends up being something where we're going and doing some sort of upscale thing where, like boomers are going to be there. And, they're like, don't understand that we can't give them, like, a medium rare burger because we're smashing them. Like, they don't understand that's not some thick burger. And they'll like ask for ketchup or mayonnaise or whatever. And it's like, we don't carry any of that stuff on our truck. And they're like, you don't even have ketchup on your truck? And we're like, no. And they're like offended.
Yeah, the people get offended
because we
when it
don't
comes to
have
food,
the
bro.
stuff that they want, that they think is on a cheeseburger. And you don't know how to, you can't really have this whole conversation at the window, but like, they need to understand that, like, we do a very specific thing, and we got asked to come to this place.
We're Bad Luck Burger Club. We're not Wendy's.
Like, we got asked to come because
we are who we are.
And everybody knows that we play like fucking punk rock from our truck, and people will walk up and get like grumpy about the loud music that's playing from our truck, and we're like,
that's our vibe,
we were
bro.
Brought here because people want what we do. If you don't want what we do, there's a food truck right over there. Go over there, dude.
Okay, and then now at the end of the show, what we always do is we show everyone a day in your life, a day in the Bad Luck Burger Club life, all right? Now, it could be anywhere. It could be just a random day at Jackalope, or it could be just, or I don't know if I'll take the trip all the way down to Alabama, but I definitely would love to. But anyway, the way that we tee it off is you look straight into that camera right there. You say your name, say your organization. You say, this is how I walk the line. And then we transition from this scene onto your day in the life. You ready to do it?
All right, yeah.
All right, so right after the applause, in 3, 2.
Yo, what's up, Heart of the Gulch? I'm Andy Atkins from Bad Luck Burger Club, and this is how I walk the line.
Let's go.
This is Cody from Bad Luck Burger Club. We're here today at Daddy's Puppy Play Day. Daddy's dogs, hot dogs, and also animal dogs. This is how we walk the line.
You try the internet without me, dude?
Yeah, man, let me have some time for a change. Jeez.
I'm the internet boy.
I'm the internet boy now.
Y'all excited for today?
Dude, yeah, for sure. I mean, anytime that we can show up on Father Footlong's turf and show him who the real boys are,
Yeah.
that put him to shame a little bit.
We're going to show him that smashed disc meat is better than tubular meat.
Yeah.
Superior on every level.
These stupid burger boys showed up and ruined our whole party. All these people in line are just traitors. I'm gonna get these burger boys. It's the last thing I do.
Total carnage
Carnage, 1 billion burgers served.
in one afternoon.
Yeah. I think that's McDonald's.
That's Bad Luck Burger Club.
Yeah. 2 billion burgers sold.
Come take a peek into the International Rolling Church of the Berg. Sorry, the Intergalactic Rolling Church of the Berg, because we are out of this world. This is the operation. This is Ed. He's our burger buddy. That's his official job title. It prints out on his pay stubs. Burger buddy. This is our operation. This is where all the magic happens. This is the prep line and the bun toaster and the griddle top. This is where we make the burgers. This is where we make you happy. It all starts in this stainless steel box. It is, yeah, it's total chaos, but it's organized chaos. We have worked to create an efficient operation that requires, you know, in a day like today, I'll take 10,000 steps in about a 1 square foot radius. Right. Many, many tiny steps.
All right, dude, this is the Intergalactic Rolling Church of the Berg. It's a 2004 MT-45 Freightliner, 21-foot long food truck. It's got it all. It's got 4-wheel drive, it's got 2-wheel drive, it's got all the drives, dude. It's designed and creative directed by Aaron Rayburn. All of the doodles and artwork was drawn by Olivia Jackson. It's heavily influenced by our punk rock and hardcore and metal background. So if you look all over the truck, you'll see little designs that, you know, are little rip-offs of like punk rock bands and stuff. But this is the serving side. The window's normally open when you're trying to get a cheeseburger, so we'll open that up here in a few minutes. But this is the serving side. If you come around to the front, this is supposed to look like a cat face with some dead cat eyes. Not that we want cats to die or anything. It's just, you know, kind of like the unlucky black cat vibe. So when you drive down the road, hopefully people see a cat in the rearview mirror. It's gonna be kind of loud on this side of the truck, possibly, but this side is like a mural of some cats riding choppers, because Cody and I are both into motorcycles and choppers and that whole thing. So if you see the cats riding some cool hogs, here's a little known feature that nobody realizes or pays attention to. We've tried to promote it, but it doesn't work. Is this wheelie cat right here, where he's doing the wheelie, we placed it on the truck specifically so people would stand right here and go, ah, and like look like they're getting a wheelie over top of them, but nobody comes to this side of the truck because it's dirty and loud. But that's this side of the truck. That's our generator. We got it at Harbor Freight. It costs a lot of money. And then you come to the back. You got the propane tank. That's where all the magic happens. And then if you see this is my favorite part. That's me and Cody. Obviously, I'm the better looking of the two. But, you know, pick your poison. And there's those guys. Dude, his name's Sean Porter. He has people call him Daddy. But we all know that I'm Daddy's daddy. So I guess you could call me Grandpa. Because I am forever his daddy. And he will always know it, whether he says it out loud or not.
Not only did this guy come crash my party, crash my looks too. Look at him.
Yeah, well, you know, the people want a more attractive version of you, bud.
Please, guys.
Better looking beard, better meat. Come on.
My meat's twice as long, twice as strong. I'm gonna get these burger boys. It's the last thing I do.